there on the side of Lake Anak, a massive body of water that takes up most of the center of the country the bulk of your adventures have been in. Here in the streets of Bevel Bay, reuniting with Adeline, you also made a new friend not far off as you gathered wind of perhaps troubles stirring under these still waters. So you ventured towards the what's known as Beacon Hill, and there, following some scintillating footsteps that were left behind by your future party member, you came to see her in all of her radiance for the first time as you all battled side by side against some of the ancient constructs of the Anaki runes that had been awoken due to the recent tremors and disturbances that Adlin had felt out using his extension of primeval awareness. From here, you gathered your thoughts on the situation and what to do with the new quest and endeavors ahead. There was some insight into the past, talk of the history of this place, talk of the adventures that you've been on leading to this point, and some recognition that to some extent things were tied in still. This all was still to do with planar imbalances. And once again, the Scarlet Vanguard would happen to be in the right place at the right time. So you guys made your way back, spent the night, and the next day began prepping for your dive into Lake Anak. While doing this, you went over to Trinity Island, not too far off from the central wharf of the city, is a place of solitude and pious respite. Three churches lining this island, and specifically, you guys found your way to the Temple of Eldath, which was called Solitude, meeting with with an older halfling priest called Pascal and one of the druids that tended this place, Donegan. Uh, he saw fit to lend aid to your cause as you came on behalf of the Circle of the Horn, Sana being a member, and the Scarlet Vanguard, for the most part, minus Adlin, being in good standing with the Circle of the Horn. So he agreed to, when you were ready, give you the powers of water breathing when you returned. But you had some time before the ferry back to the city, Devil Bay, and Alikos had a reflection here in this place, um, recalling back to your early adventures in this country, the statue of Elda, where you had encountered your first challenger. And in your hubris at the time, after the battle, you had torn the statue down, seeing blood come from its eyes. And now, so long later, here you were in this holiest of places, still being offered the aid of this evil. And so you spoke to Donegan after thinking to yourself for a time. He gave you his thoughts and his guidance and sent you off to cleanse yourself both physically and spiritually and take to the churning pools, the waterfalls out back of the Temple of Solitude. It was there, through some divine intervention, that a celestial hand began to emerge from the pool itself. Your self-repentance was acknowledged by the goddess herself, as cast from this holy pool was a boon to help you defeat whatever evils trembled the waters of Lake Anak. With that, the day would only get better. You guys made your way back to the central wharf, and another run-in from your past, Serana Rose, a famous performer, specifically for being the lead act at the Lady Luck Barge, made herself known to Adlin. She had seen you all at the temple as she was skipping off to visit the temple of Tamora on the other side of that island. She gave you guys a special ticket and told you to come to that show. From there, we all know what happened. Agnesia, under the guise of Solaris, this elvish performer, rocked the stage. And I'm talking plus 30 rolls on both of these characters. But ultimately, Agnesia as Solaris taking the cake, building a big reputation here, really just shaking the barge. Um, it was an excellent night. You also were able to gather some information about this place, learning that as far as it goes as a front for the black market or the black mass, as they are known to deeper facets, this serves as a neutral zone for many different types of criminals to come gather in sort of like a John Wick, the hotel kind of thing. And the day was successful. But the bliss of this night was not yet done. In secret, Adlin, on behalf of Alikos, had commissioned something for Ignicia. And later that night, as you guys came to your suite outside of the town at the Floating Fletch, in the very nice honeymoon type suite, Alikos and Ignicia confess their undying love for each other that exceeds this life and all other lives. And in this palpable moment, finding newfound joy and meaning to your lives. Following this wonderful night of bliss and sanctuary and the comforts of your partner, we arise to a beautiful summer day. It is the next day, maybe a little bit later in the morning than usual, and we see everything is just a mess in this room. There's a lump of you two, passionate ones, just kind of rising from last night, looking fondly into each other's eyes still, and you guys kind of getting up to begin your day. And just to get things, the wheels moving here as Alikos, you're going about your rigmarole morning routine. You gotta, it's his, Dario. All is well, I trust.
Sheriff. Good to hear from you.
Well, you'll be glad to know things are going well at the settlement. I think I'll be taking the eating off come evening, though, now, if you don't mind. So try to contact me around this time. Well, I won't keep you.
Be
You
safe,
can
Sheriff.
almost hear him chuckle in the telepathic connection of his earrings as it fades away, and then you kind of look back to Ignicia.
I suppose we owe him an apple pie when we get back.
Ooh. Because she didn't hear any of that.
The sheriff may have kind of taps the earring.
You see, I get kind of confused for half a second, and then, oh.
As we see that awkward face on Ignicia, the camera pans out the porthole window of your suite as the two of you go on to get ready. Elsewhere, through the city of Bevel Bay, we see the rest of our cast beginning to gather. Adlin and Sana, the two of you meeting early out front of the lakeside bunkhouse.
Hey there.
Hello. How did you sleep?
Oh, fine. Surprisingly quieter than I was expecting. You? Sorry to send you off with them.
Oh, that's all right. Did they seem off to you?
No more so than normal.
Perhaps I'm overthinking. It looks up. Perhaps they're sleeping in?
Yeah. Here, might be some more stuff we need to grab for the trip. Let's go ahead and take care of that. They'll be around.
Yes, I would like to look, or maybe I'll ask. I would like to look for a scroll of water breathing to write in my book.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps,
Had to find some kind of mage or somebody. There's bound to be one.
yes, perhaps the priest, may allow me to write it in my book.
Yeah, always worth an ask.
We took the ferry back, is that what I'm understanding, right?
Yeah, we come back,
Okay,
and
that's
we
what I
did all
thought.
the casino stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
But-
right, yeah, because we had all that stuff. Bleh. Yeah, I guess we should, wait. Oh, you know what? Let's see when the ferry leaves next.
All right, sounds good. Yeah. All right, just let me know if you need anything else. Yeah, let's go check that though.
The two of you make your way off, not too far from the central wharf itself where you're staying. You can see it in the distance, the many ships and such. And now that it's daytime, the restrictions that have been placed on the waters are lifted, and there's a lot of activity there. And our party commingles into one scene as just about the time you guys are coming onto the main sea wall or the bay wall, coming from the other direction to your left from the south is Alikos and Agnesia.
Agni is in disguise as Delilah again. I dressed up Alikos to be Lord Sederi, of course.
Of course. Could there be anybody of such
day
high
Ridgeway dress up.
taste here?
Well, you two are looking good. Looks at Alikos.
Wink.
There's a short nod, followed by, yeah, okay, so, diving.
Yes.
Anybody have
That's the
anything they
plan.
need to go?
Did we want to go straight to Trinity Island, or did we want to go see the League of Fathoms? Apparently they might have some info
yes.
for us.
That's right, because they also might have things to help with the diving. Last time, if I remember right, wasn't the easiest time.
Right. I mean, we've got the water-breathing spell, courtesy of the Eldath Temple, but
Mm-hmm.
anything helps, because who knows what's down there.
Yeah.
Well, we have a way to light up the darkness that we'll be seeing down there. Yes?
Yeah, we've got a few.
Right, good. Kind of goes over her notes. Oh, if we were to face danger down there, I believe there might be trouble swinging certain weapons.
Oh, true.
So, plan accordingly.
Could you even shoot a crossbow down there, or a bow? That might be rough. Remember we had a problem like that last time we went down.
Oh, yeah, it's, they just don't travel quite as far. But that shouldn't be
Right.
too big an issue.
All right. Yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe there's some sort of spell. Oh, Trip used to know all this sort of stuff. I think League of Fathoms is the best idea.
Yeah,
Agreed.
get their advice on it.
And we're going as members of the Circle of the Horn, I assume.
Yep.
Right.
Do, 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 do.
We go to the League of Fathoms. I got the name right?
Yeah.
League of
Yeah.
Fathoms.
The League of Fathoms.
My brain keeps telling me that's some sort of superhero thing, so I keep thinking I'm saying the right thing.
It's the
But
word
no, it is.
league.
Yeah, the Justice League of Fathoms. All right. Do you even know where it is?
Not a clue. Yeah, we should probably find that.
I'm muted. All right.
Oh,
No wonder. Okay, so and so you guys start making your way down the bay wall, overlooking the wharf to your left, and continuing to what is known as Stilt Side, because all the buildings here are held aloft on sticks and stilts, jutting up out and around the coastline, heading north, and then eventually actually arcing up along the towards the west, eventually all the way around the bay. Higher retail property, larger homes. And it's not too hard for you to find the League of Fathoms. Just prodding a few of the guardsmen that you see around, or some of the Bear folk, they point you to what, of all the buildings there, definitely stands out the most. On top of a mesa of the beach, there is a ship with each of its masts essentially supporting treehouse-like structures. And then below this ship, on top of the mesa, is another structure built upon stilts and has its own wooden terrace that then connects down into the bay wall. Very ornate looking building, and in many ways you can see sort of like under construction as you're approaching. As you're getting closer to your higher passages, you can see there are men sort of hanging from like climbing gear, rappelling units that are hammering away or buffing the side of the ship that's been put on top of the mesa. and people that are reshingling the roof on the building below. A lot of activity going on here, and a sign that actually says danger construction. But you guys begin to make your way down their walkway and towards the front doors, noticing as well a waterfall and a few other nice garden type pieces that they have here. And here's a picture, essentially what you're looking at. There's 3 doors at the front. 2 of them are closed. The middle one, which is the tallest, is open. And within there is a large open space, almost like coming into a train station. But for all the Cork and Teller booths that there would be, there are only so many people actually working in here, and more or less people are just like frantically like going back and forth across this room, cleaning up, putting up chandeliers and such. And one person catches you all as you're at the door. Hold on there. Have to be careful. Some hazards overhead. They're just buttressing a new support beam over this door here. But you're safe to move through the middle one.
Oh, okay.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
All right, fellas, continue. They're moving by.
I'll head on in.
All right, you walk in to this, train station-like interior. There's these stairs across the back that both kind of spiral opposite directions and then come to meet in the center on the floor above, a platform up there, and then a sort of walkway that people are traipsing up above and kind of looking down over the ledge. There's a lot of chaos in here. Doesn't appear you can see, you can identify who's a worker, like a construction worker, and who is maybe a denizen of this place. There's a few sort of weathered-looking individuals wearing travelers-type clothes and equipped like they're getting ready to go out, and you'll see them sort of mingling with one of these tellers who's handing them documents or making exchanges.
Do we know anybody who works here, or are we just going in blind?
We're just going in blind.
All right.
All right, win him over, Agni.
All right. Delilah.
Oh, yeah.
And is there a front desk?
So to speak, there's like many locations where there could be a teller, but just a few areas where there's actually tellers working. You just pick one of these people behind their booth that has been dealing with other adventurers or guild members.
I'll approach.
Right, the closest one you see, she's got this big beehive of like white grayish hair, but there's almost like a violet hue to it, and she's got this sort of like a corset, almost doily over top of it. Big, long, sort of rhinestone reading glasses, and big puffy lips that have been powdered to blush.
Oh.
Hello
Hi.
there.
Hi, my name is Delilah. We are with the Circle of the Horn. We're doing a little bit of a expedition underneath Lake Anok to take a look at some of the ruins. We're very interested in those things. Sana here is our lore master about such things. She keeps many rubbings about those things. We're looking at, we're going under, and we have access to a spell of water breathing. But we were wondering...
Please, darling. As you can see, things are quite on the dizzy here, and let's take things a matter one step at a time. You say you're here on behalf of the Circle of the Horn.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything to expedite this meeting that you may have? Our records are a mess. I could go and check.
Well,
Or is this impromptu?
So can you say that again?
Is this impromptu?
Well, to come see you is a little bit impromptu, but the Circle of the Horn sending us not so. This is Sana. She's got her emblem as well as Lord Sidera here. You can see on his shield.
Yes. Well, inter-guild relations usually require a degree of paperwork. What is the manner of which you seek the aid of the League?
Well,
We just recently set up this location within the last year or so.
of course, and it's very lovely.
Thank
Pretty
you.
much. You know what we can do. We wondered if you just wanted to end a little bit of aid, so we might go there a bit simpler. As we go search for runes and any knowledge we can get. I want to know if we could set up a meeting with someone who might be able to make some executive decisions about such things.
I have all the authority needed. It's all very bureaucratic, and in the end, those who push the paper push the envelope and have the last say. I have some seniority, they just have me running the clerk. Things are, and she just kind of like puts her arms out, like, look. So where exactly is your expedition? There's only so many ruins around here. Cannot be in the lake itself. No one has jurisdiction to go.
No, we're going in the area right next to. This is Emmeline not being able to remember.
Beacon Hill.
Beacon Hill. Thank you. It's at the bottom of Beacon Hill where it meets the water. I thought something might have fallen in the river and then in the lake.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Thank you. Oh,
12.
Jesus.
Ooh.
Oh.
12
Yeah.
with a +9. Wow, that does sound urgent. Is this a matter of philanthropy, personal interest? What does the circle seek to yield from the beach of Beacon Hill?
Why it
Here,
seeks knowledge.
you do not need to tell me. You can fill out these papers. Shouldn't take you no more than a few hours. It seems like there's a few of you here. Read it very carefully. And
I'll
as
just
well,
pass them to Sana.
Yeah, she grabs them and looks really excited. Artie's like looking them over.
I'll have, once they're completed, I'll have them sent over post haste to Hell's Reef, and we'll have all officials check them out there.
Send
There'll
all
be
the
a
way to Hell's Reef.
Yes, delegation between the elite council of the duchies. This may
Surely
take me
you have.
some time to. Well,
Surely
the
you
only
have the ability to expedite such things. Simply going below. I wanted to know if you had anything that might help. If you don't, that's completely fine, and we'll be on our way. But we thought, guild to guild, there might be some interesting willingness to work together. But if that's not there, then that's all right as well.
Do any of you carry anything of magical importance?
This is of no use. Obviously, she doesn't care
No,
about the
you
relationship
misunderstand.
of our
Alright.
guilds.
For a noble-looking man, he is quite tempered.
Noble men often are. She kind of leans down, whispers like being like,
So
playful.
if the rest of you don't
Like,
mind,
no one ever
I'll have a moment.
no one ever says no to them, so it's okay.
She requests a moment, just you and her, and everyone else steps back at least 20 feet.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Comes back and is like rapidly doing the paperwork.
There's nothing magical you care about in this moment? And she kind of like gives you this look from underneath her old lady rhinestone glasses, like, I know you have a disguise on.
Kind of raises an eyebrow. Why? Is it important? She grins. Clearly, kind of has that thing. It's like, I know you can see through me.
She'll just start writing something down instead of what she was gonna do something. You can see her like begin the somatics of a spell, and then she sort of waves it off in her hand, then grabs a quill, dips it, and begins writing this message. And essentially says, I am willing to speed things up if you want to just make this guild, this sect of the guild could use funds. So if the Circle of the Horn wants to make some kind of purchase and help them in this endeavor, if they're just, obviously she trusts the circle. They're not going to do anything nefarious in these ruins. She'll sell you stuff, but she describes as she's writing that anything she says right now where she is may or may not be heard by somebody. It depends how tightly everything's being monitored. This place has, you get the sense it has like scrying and some sanctum type enchantments over it.
So pretty much what she's asking is if we want to give money for the right to be able to buy something.
No, she's just to buy things, like, but she doesn't want to say it out loud. Essentially,
she's saying, "Hey, my bosses are watching on the
yeah,
camera."
my bosses are watching me,
Right.
but I do understand. I trust the faction that you're with.
Okay.
What's the worst that you could do? Even though no one's supposed to go to Lake Anok right now, she's a bit of an old kook, and she's in for it. Because this guild house also needs the funds, so if they can get a surplus of money off you guys, depending what you're trying to buy off them, she's essentially saying she's going to do it. And she slides the paper to you.
He's still not aware how much money we just no longer have, right?
Well,
okay. I'll write down on the piece of paper, effectively, what and what could the League of Fathoms give us if we do. That's the word I'm looking for. Patronize your league.
She starts writing, and then she grows tired of it, drops the pen, and just says, "If you do not know what you want, this does make this rather hard."
Well, that's really the thing. We don't know what you have.
You seek a vessel. Do you seek a means for traversing deep waters?
Or that one.
Okay, this is a good thing I asked, because
I will say this.
I still imagine the former, perhaps. But now, that line of information, perhaps this
I'll
is
say this, is that
deeper than I think it is.
the Circle of the Horn pointed us in your direction if we needed anything. But they didn't tell us exactly what you do. We're in here blind.
I see.
I wink.
We are a guild of explorers, charters of the worlds and beyond. That is what we have done. We push the leagues beyond that has ever been traveled by anybody else, reaching new fathoms, such as our name, such as what we do. It's simple. We are a collective of those filled with wanderlust and the desire to pioneer, the intrepid. So when it comes to spelunking, you can bet your bottom button that we have what you need.
All right.
I see the tight-suited one is getting rather impatient. I can nearly hear his breathing from here.
Yes, he does that. As I said, lords aren't often said no to, but nonetheless. Let's see what you have, and we'll see what we can do.
We've recent shipment from Lost Wales, gotten supplies from there to give to our guild members as they need them to be doled out as they go on their respective quests and endeavors. Right now, we are not much in the quest giving way, so these supplies are, for the most part, on the rack. There are ways to alter oneself, give more durability to withstand pressures, to gain gills upon one's neck and breathe water, or web your fingers to give you the ability to swim. All for a short modicum of time, of course. Then there are more long-lasting things, such as potions of water breathing, or magics and other variations that do the same. This all depends on the avenue of funds that you are extending unto us.
course.
To
That
what
moss from
statement?
Mossvale, that
Hmm?
thing from Mossvale. I'm familiar with it. I've used it before. You have that.
Yes, these are one of the fundamental contracts between us and the alchemists of Mossfield. Much needed in the many different terrains all explorers go, from the scalding hot to the ne'er derived of air. The body needs to adapt, and this potion does just that. It has some adverse side effects, mind you, but they're only temporary. It doesn't happen for everyone.
I'm assuming this is similar to what the Pestle Prince gave us?
Yep.
Okay. I don't remember there being adverse side effects, but my memory doesn't
Yeah,
work.
you
Blue.
turned blue.
I did turn. I didn't know
You
that
were
was an adverse
blue
side
for
effect.
a
I thought it
whole-
was
for
just
a whole
cool as hell. Okay.
No, other side effect.
I was blue. Sounds awesome. All right. What would you like for such things? Can we make some sort of deal?
As I said, there's much paperwork to be done, but now that I know what you desire, I can bring you the proper papers to fill out.
Right.
Here you are. Drops like this fat sack, like a book.
I raise
And
an eyebrow at her.
she slides it at you, and then also gives you this luck to incite. Don't forget what we just talked about, though. And also down to discriminately make a cash deal.
I'll take these paperwork, this paperwork to my friends, and we'll get back to you.
Okay. Adeline, as she's bringing this back, you notice the stack of paper is sort of oblong. Like it's not perfectly flat like a stack should be. Your passive investigation is able to glean that there's something in between the pages. That's probably why there's so many pages there.
Mm-hmm.
Did she slip me some gillyweed?
You know what?
God,
Let's
Grandma.
save some time on the paperwork here. You should go to like page 200 something.
There is a little pouch pressed down as you get in there, almost guessing exactly to the right jelly bean in the jar. The pouch has a face woven into it, big white triangular eyes, and a goofy face with big pink lips. You gather this is a magical pouch of some containment pouch, maybe.
I
Yes.
snap my finger and electric comes up on my shoulder. And I just connect with Adlin telepathically through Electra and say, there's scrying capabilities here. Let's fill this out outside.
Silent speech. Okay, got it.
This is
So-
ridiculous.
Go outside, and then as we kind of I'll kind of open the pouch.
You lot seriously can't be considering going through all that parchment.
Just hold up the pouch for him and
Nah.
shake it at his
By
face.
the gods, Oh.
Yeah.
Give me a sec, dear. You think I'm gonna do all this paperwork? Oh no.
Kind
Tana
of
looks
gives a
up.
glance to Sam. Gives a glance to Sanas by still doing the other paperwork.
I mean, if you're having fun, you can do the paperwork, but I'm not gonna do the paperwork.
Kind of scratches behind her. I wouldn't say. Well, maybe I am having a little fun. I enjoy writing.
You know, we could have
so-
somebody chart the history of Riverfall. Maybe. Wait a minute.
But
Agni, we were looking for a scribe.
You were. Well, here you go.
yeah. So quick question though. Like, what did she want?
Money.
Oh.
We've got lots of money though, so
Uh,
what?
fine
have
lot.
I don't know, but this is a, an entire guild. It's not something you can do in, 100 gold type thing, I don't think. I think you need to kind of lay it on a little thick. Because, I've got 127 on me, but I know we have less on the cart, and then everybody else should have, a decent amount. And then, what? Why are you both making ominous noises?
Agni, I think you need to come with me to the carriage real quick.
Oh god, and it's gonna be 2k per potion at least?
Oh my god.
No, we don't have that. I don't know if we wouldn't have had that even if we were good.
God, even if we sold the house
we were
and put a
good.
mortgage on it, I still couldn't afford it.
From where you are,
Right.
the carriage is very far away. You're on like the north side of the bay. You have to walk all the way through the city, go to the outskirt shanties that are more like in the plains and around that southern beach.
Oh yeah, that.
But I'm not gonna walk all the way back there. We can't afford it anyway. I was putting on a whole act to say that we had a full-on thing. Even with all the money on the cart, we could maximum get one, and that's not gonna help anyone.
Yeah, well, we don't have enough. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Maybe we'll be okay just being able to breathe in the water. We'll have to be careful, though.
Didn't expect it to be so expensive. Pestle Prince just gave us that.
Oh, considering who he is, too, though,
Yeah. God, I hate that guy.
Yeah.
He charmed me, that fucker.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe Father Deacon might know.
He's already giving us the water-breathing ability. Well...
Yeah.
The amount of time it'll take to fill out all of this paperwork, send it all the way to Hell's Wraith, probably send it to the Circle, send it back here, it's gonna be weeks.
And with that, Adeline will kind of pull the packaging out of your hand and put it back in the paper. And I'd rather us not making new kinds of enemies right now.
Can I look what's in the pouch?
If you do that, if I remember right, it doesn't play well with air. I think I remember something about that.
You know how to
do I
turn
know
these
what the
out. You're
is?
familiar with. You've used familiar things. Turn it out.
I don't know. I said I was just gonna look at the pouch. I don't know what it is.
No, you guys know. Like Sana will know 100% as well. This is like a more diminutive bag of holding, like a coin pouch, something that you would purely put coins into. It doesn't need to be as big as a regular pouch where you're putting like weapons and like other stuff in. Just a coin pouch. It does the same thing. Containment.
Right. Well, I don't think it'd be wise to steal this.
Yeah. So instead, let's just real quick here, and he'll take one of the bits of paperwork, kind of tear off a bit, and just kind of write on the bottom, thank you, but not able to at this time. It puts that in the bag.
Agni will go back in and pop the paperwork back on her desk with this big thump. And just say, well, we've got other means. Thank you, though. And give her a smile and just turn the head out.
How nice of a smile was it?
Pretty nice.
Roll a charisma check. You got that 20 charisma. You are the herald
Got that 20 charisma.
on Dory. Like, how can you be
charisma?
denied? Yeah, straight charisma.
Because I always roll terrible charisma checks. 16.
You can see there's she feels bad for you, and you walk away about a few steps, and she goes, you forgot this. And she slides this little ticket across the booth.
Oh, thanks. I'm so forgetful these days.
I was your age once.
I didn't catch your name.
Samantha.
And I'll
Samantha Erengard. with an E. And she like shows you her family crest ring. It's like a big calligraphy golden E on a nice dark looking stone.
Do a little kind of curtsy thing. And this is the. What would her title be? Like
You're
here.
not like within the League
Yeah,
of
like-
Fathoms itself. Well, like you said, you know nothing about the League of Fathoms, but roll a history check because you are a traveled one.
Oh,
You're not sure what their the delegation of rank is in this faction.
I just don't want to
But
call her
she's
the
definitely
receptionist in my notes.
she's definitely she said she was higher up than she was letting on. She's kind of forced the 10 clerk right now with a few of the others while they're kind of getting things in order. It's like their first year being open here. And you can definitely tell off that 12 that she is a noble of Barum, like, of this country. And the signet ring maybe looks like she's from Ruxelberg.
Oh, and I kind of just slammed nobles earlier. Shit.
Yeah, this is a land where it's got a good feudal system, and like a lot of people can rise from the ranks. If you work hard, do good deeds, you can go from just a peasant to a knight. And that's kind of like one of like the major ideals that anybody can chase their stars, follow their dreams, make their own river
Right.
fall. All right, so you make your way back out to the others.
I'll
You
take
hear
it
the
out and
sounds
look at.
of the docks in the distance, nice ambience, ringing bells and winds and sails. And
Look at the ticket in my hand.
it is a sign-out ballot for one potion from their storing facilities in the back.
Can I cash it in?
Yeah, you kind of look around like, oh man, like the kid gets the Willy Wonka ticket, and you cue that music. You run around the corner and you go to the back where they've got this nice like waterfall set up underneath the mesa ship, and just under there, kind of built into the rock of the mesa, is where they have their quartermaster essentially. And you come up to him. He's just kind of eating a sandwich, very akin to Alikos back in the day. Looks at you as you run up. Can I help you?
Hold on, before I go up. No, I'm neutral good. I'm chaotic good now. I can't do that. I was gonna try to prestidigitate like multiple of them, but I don't think I should do that.
Well, by the time you prestidigitate the second, the first one has disappeared.
She wouldn't have.
And by the
done it. I
time
was
he
just
turns
thinking
around to
about it.
grab whatever he's getting, it's probably going to disappear.
Yeah, I know. I was
Really
just
lots
thinking
of
about
time.
it. I was like, can I
You're
duplicate
chaotic
these?
good, man. The greater good. This is the devil on your shoulder right now.
This is the greater
This
good.
is Oliver, like, in the distance, speaking in your mind. And Electra's
My
like, but
God.
you know you shouldn't do it.
I'm like, shut up, Electra. No one asked you. Any other spells I have that
Oliver
are
is just
helpful
kind of picking his
here?
teeth like, we could just burn the lake.
Or no. I will go up and, oh good sir.
Hello?
Hi, I've got this
Well, they always
ticket
come
for a
when you're
couple
having
of-
lunch. So,
a good lunch.
yeah.
Here.
Hard to
I'll
get a
toss
fish
him-
sandwich, and we're living on a bay. There's quality, though. What do you need?
I've got a ticket from Lady Vanguard for a couple of those potions on my way out.
Well, first big sign out. All right.
Mm.
Put the sandwich down. Let's get this done quick so my sandwich doesn't go to shit.
Well, yeah.
Turns around, starts rummaging through some crates. No, there it is. Opens it up, and you see these kind of, as it opens, there's like this glowing blue magical energy coming out.
Hmm.
Pulls out one, locks it back off.
Oh,
Seals the
there's
cabinet.
4 of us. Didn't she put it on the ticket?
Yeah. Looks down at your ticket. Looks back down. Looks back up at you. Roll one hell of a deception.
At 20.
Against myself.
The deception of your life.
I have guidance myself.
Can you guidance yourself?
As I walked in. Yeah, as I walked in.
Sure.
I knew I was gonna lie. I knew I was gonna lie when I walked in.
That just makes it even worse for your morality, but good to know.
Great or good.
Premeditated lies. All right, go ahead.
God.
Make your roll.
Agnes, yeah.
Still at a plus a d4.
Hey.
Okay, hold on. 27.
27. Goes,
God.
yeah? Why does it say 1?
Oh. I don't know. Some sort of mistake. Looks like she's dealing with someone else, or I just walked back there and grabbed one.
All right. I mean, I'll just have to ring her up. Give me a sec.
Alright.
Where'd I put that stone? There it is. Holds the stone up to his face and even is talking to it. Hey, Miss Erengard, did you sign off for 4 or 5 potions of elder stuff?
4.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna turn around where I'm sure I can see her from where I am, right? Because it's a big room.
Uh-huh.
Just wave.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. And myself again?
No.
I know. Oh god, come on, Agnes. Is it?
Holy moly.
Holy crap.
I wink at
Not,
Lady Aragorn.
however, not a 30. So
Oh.
he puts the
Yeah.
stone down, and that's quite the bill you're trying to flip here. She told me to tell you count your chickens.
Ah. Well,
So-
we must have had a misunderstanding. My apologies then. I think I misunderstood her.
Right. You should go now.
Look at the one potion that you still haven't handed me.
No, you put it on the counter for you to take.
Okay, take it.
She goes back to
A
eating
good
a
one,
sandwich,
and
watching you all
I'll-
walk away. Mm-hmm.
I'll flick him 2 silver for another sandwich. I'll just walk out.
It just bounces off his counter, and he just watches it go past him. Right. All right, you make your way back to the rest of the party.
Oh.
You can see Electra just giving you these shameful eyes before she gets bamfed out of existence, I bet. Or do you let her just shame you with her eyes?
Yeah, she lets her.
Okay. Let me see. She's just glaring at you. She knows. No one else knows what just happened. Actually, probably Adlin does. He's a really high passive.
Adeline
Okay,
shaming
sorry.
you with his eyes. No.
Well, I got 1.
I mean, that's better than nothing. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only lied a little bit to someone who was very nice to me, and I feel bad about it, but
I mean, not gonna lie, you should.
yeah. Oh well.
Well, but they didn't take too much offense apparently, because we're not under arrest or anything. So you know what? Let's
And I didn't
count
even-
that good.
As we walk out. I don't say this in the room. Well, we don't. No, I didn't actually steal it, and I wasn't going to steal it. If they give it to me because they didn't do their job, that's not my fault.
I mean,
Keeps walking. That man followed protocol and did what he was supposed to do. But if he didn't follow that protocol and just handed me 4 of them, is that really my fault?
yeah.
Yeah, I know. Go. Agni looks like defeated and annoyed. She gave a nice speech about being good like 2 days ago.
Where are you guys heading to from here?
I think we're heading to the temple, right?
All right.
Mhm.
So you guys make your way back down to the central wharf on the east side of the beaches of Bevel. And you're waiting for a ferry. You'll be waiting for like near an hour. You came out like one of those awkward in between times, like 2 hour sailings in between. And while you're waiting there, Sana, you get a message in your mind.
Oh.
Oh no.
I hope all is faring well, and I trust you found the Vanguard. Your name just came across my ear. Don't cause any trouble. As Madame Moss, like
Oh.
through the telephone pole,
Shames me.
Samantha told someone, or like it reached Madame Moss, who now just messaged you, like within an hour. Don't go causing trouble. All the moms and grandmas are talking about you now. You're. That's not good for the reputation. Do you respond? Do you have 25 words?
Yeah, she says, I'm sure. Sorry, I'm counting. I'm sure I have no idea what you mean. We were just getting potions.
You lie to Madame Moss.
I don't know about
she,
it.
she doesn't really
doesn't
know
know,
what
she
the hell
doesn't
just
know.
happened.
I say, did something go wrong?
There's no response. So it
She
can't be too
frowns a
bad.
bit. But yeah, she ain't gonna dig into that. She ain't gonna do it.
She's gonna
Just
leave
shakes
that
her
And
head
you
woman
hear
and
ding
alone.
ding 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 as your ferry is now like starting to take on passengers and get ready to go.
All right, yeah. All right, just check in. Everybody's got like nobody needs anything else, right? Before we jump on this ferry, there is no bathroom breaks from this point.
I need nothing from here.
All right.
Oh, Madame Moss did contact me, though I'm not quite sure what she means. Just don't cause trouble.
What?
Just looks confused.
For doing paperwork? Oh, I
Slightly
hate
disappointed look at
bureaucracy.
Agni.
Why? What did Sana? Did you fill a form out wrong or something?
I would not.
I
Very offended.
I wouldn't know. I don't know. Did you dot your T's and cross your I's, or?
Of course I did.
Hey, you lot! You getting on this boat or what?
Yeah.
Of course.
Board up then. Oh man, get those planks up. Well, let's go.
So much for that
As
quiet reading.
you guys
Sana.
all load up on the top deck and begin your voyage off. Anything you want to say or do in the meantime of travel? Take it away.
Yeah, I would like to talk to the like deckhands and stuff just to try and ease Aleko's mind. I'm gonna ask if there's any sharks in these waters or any creatures like that we should worry about.
Sharks. It's
Or any
alike.
of the such.
We in the middle of the country. There ain't no sharks in this water. There's fish. There was a lot of fish. Ain't so many more fish as there was these days as there was in the days before. But there ain't no sharks. This alike. You know what water is? You drink it. You bathe with it ever. Your shark ever come in your tub? That's not where a shark goes. Sharks are in the ocean. She asking me if a shark's in this? And then like starts talking to the other deckhands. Walking away.
Shakes her head and looks to Aleko. She would have done this in front of him and gives him a look like, see, no problem.
Hey, but real talk, I'll tell you. There's something bad in that lake. This older crew member says. And they all are just like, yeah, we all know. We can't sail at night. And he just stink eyes you, pointing at you. Sana.
Me?
Mhm.
What? Did I do something wrong?
He brings up his other hand and like you hear the bones in his finger as he has to like use his other hand to bend that finger back in. Fredish. And goes about his job.
You just
Bringing
made a new
pails
friend.
to people. Yeah.
But
Anything else you guys are doing on this voyage?
We know where we're going down or where exactly we need to go. Adeline, can you do that awareness thing?
Yeah. Well, let's wait till we get back out on the water.
Oh yeah.
Where
We
we
You
need to-
are on, like, well, for the sake of things, you've been moving for a few minutes. As soon as you guys got on, you were the last passengers, and they started to ding ding roll out.
In that case, I'll wait till we're about like halfway between us and the island, and then I'll do it then. That's closer to the middle. So yeah, I'll use Primeval Awareness, level 2 slot,
My man.
halfway over the water.
All right. You breathe in, you breathe out, and everything around you fades away, but all at once sinks in as you can feel that malevolence, this deep consciousness that's glaring back at you as you're reaching out. But it's not the only thing around. You can feel there is divinity that you near, a celestial presence. But this heavy alien energy is oppressive to your primeval awareness and pries back into you. You need you to roll a wisdom save with a -10.
Yeah.
God.
Sorry, -5.
Wisdom save. I whispered it to you, but you know what? That feels right.
Unlike the other times when this happened, then your primeval awareness would just end, or you gathered all the information you could. You've essentially finished your primeval awareness. More than enough time has gone by, and Adlin, you can feel like hooks into your temples, kind of pulling you ephemerally out of yourself and gazing upon you. There's this discordant, jumbled mess of sounds, high pitched shrieks, and nails on chalkboard type scratches, rumbling and grumbling like giant pieces of tectonic earth shells hitting into each other, and distant screams.
This is unfortunate.
And all of you are watching him as you guys are well beyond halfway to Trinity Island, and he has not come out of his primeval awareness. And
Just
he
standing
looks
up,
visibly
staring at the
different than
water.
from when he usually does it. He's wavering, sort of wobbling slightly back and forth. Eyes kind of doing that thing, rolling back in the head, like flickering.
Adlin? Like shake.
Adlin, you hear these voices, but they sound distorted and warbled as if they were going through hundreds of feet of water. Adlin? Adlin?
Adeline just probably not the best idea, but he's gonna take this as an opportunity, try to get a better idea of what this is. He's more or less trying to stare back into the abyss as it's staring at him.
All right. You can try. Roll a charisma check. Just flat.
Flat charisma check. All right.
21. All right. This. Hold on a second here. Some things gotta fly on my end. You, still locked in this mental stasis, do find some sort of stability within yourself, and are able to discern not what is doing this, but the environment once again, coming back into your primeval awareness and feeling that there are pockets where space just seems to be missing, or space itself is moving, and you just kind of come back out of it, back to your senses very suddenly.
Oh God. Hey.
All right.
All right. There won't be any more of that today. Hopefully.
What happened? Oh, you were having some sort of fit.
I need to sit down a minute.
Yeah.
Slightest bit of blood is coming out of both of his ears.
Can I do like a medicine check to see if there's any serious damage? She just kind of goes over to you and casts light on her like metal and kind of just shines it in your eyes and like, you know, the whole doctor shtick.
Do the whole stethoscope and
Yeah. Feel your
check
pulse.
his
kinda.
reflexes.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a pretty high passive medicine, right? You're proficient.
Yeah.
Yeah. He took some kind of psychic assault to his very brain. Over the course of time, you could like assess if this did any lingering damage to him. But for now, he seems to be coming out of was just this incapacitated stupor for almost 10 minutes.
Adeline, can you tell me what happened? Kind of staring at you, going through emotions.
All right. Whatever I was looking at looked at me.
And as he
short
says,
of it.
as you say that, one of the crewmen goes, "Hey, someone on the side of the ship." And the guy up in the crow's nest goes, "Couple hundred feet out! Get ready the next couple minutes here aboard!" And then a few of the crewmen start looking over the side of the ship, or whatever this guy's pointing at, and it kind of falters your conversation for a moment, as now the whole party, and there are other passengers that are on here, now everybody's looking to this one side of the boat, except for the guy in the crow's nest who's like pointing towards Trinity Island about 600 feet away. And let's go ahead and take a break here so Alikos can check on the recording.
Yep.
All right, good first period.
You summoned it. Yeah.
Right.
I was born here.